While living in England, my friend Stephanie often made this Irish leek potato soup. She has improved the original recipe over the years, but this delicious, easy to make soup is one of the best soups I have ever tasted. To make this Irish leek and potato soup, you'll need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 3 leeks trimmed using the white part only, 1/2 cup of chopped celery, 1/2 cup of chopped onion, 1 chopped small shallot, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 cups of chopped Yukon Gold potatoes, 4 to 5 cups of chicken stock, 1/2 cup of cream, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and salt and pepper to taste. To get started, let's start with our leeks. They need to be cleaned and they need to be sliced. So the first thing you want to do is to take off the root, and since we're only using the white, cut off the green. Leeks can be very sandy and very dirty, so it's best if you cut them in half and then make your thin slices and then put them in a bowl of water, and we'll agitate these and we'll clean them before we cook with them. Once your leeks are cut, put them in a bowl of clean water, and then just using your hands, just sort of swish them around, agitating them. This will clean them. You'll see some grit and grime and sand go to the bottom. I've added our olive oil and our butter to our pan, and when the butter has melted, it'll be time to add our chopped celery, onion, and shallot and leeks. A little trick that I've learned through the years is when you're working with oil or butter, salt it first and then add your vegetables instead of the other way around, which would be to add your vegetables and then salt it. You'll get a much better disbursement of the flavor that way. Stir your onions and celery. We're going to cook this for about 5 to 10 minutes until they start to look a little bit translucent. Now it's time to add our sliced leeks and continue cooking for about another 5 minutes. Stir, make sure that they're well coated with butter. I'm now grating 2 cloves of garlic into this leek and onion mixture, and then it'll be time to add our potatoes and our broth, and then it just sits on the stove and simmers for about 30 to 40 minutes until the potatoes are tender. I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper. Stir it around, and now it's time to add our 2 cups of chopped diced potatoes. Mix it well, coat it with the butter and the other seasoning, and then I'll be adding 4 to 5 cups of chicken stock. I brought our soup to a slow simmer and tasted for seasoning. In Ireland, they only use salt and pepper as seasoning. I'm going to adjust the heat and leave this on the stove for about 30 minutes uncovered. I'm looking for the potatoes to be tender, fork tender. Everything is ready now to be blended. I'm using an immersion blender. You can just as easily put this in a regular blender in batches if you like. If you want it to remain chunky, separate some of the chunks out at this point before you blend it, but we like ours a little on the smoother side. Our beautifully pureed soup is back on the stove on very low heat, and I'm adding a 1/2 cup of cream, or half and half, and whisking it in. And a very important ingredient, your 1/2 cup of buttermilk. This is to give a little tartness and a little tang to the soup. And that's all there is to it. It's ready to serve. This traditional Irish farmhouse soup, served with warm soda bread and a good Irish butter, is the perfect meal for St. Patrick's Day, sure to become a family favorite.